Hi, this is Alan E. Kaye. I'm an immigration lawyer with over 35 years' experience. We'd like to welcome you to our program, Immigration and You. Hi, on this edition of Immigration and You, we're going to be discussing becoming a U.S. citizen. What are the requirements for naturalization? Now, for qualify for naturalization, you have to be a permanent resident of the United States for at least 5 years. If you're married to an American citizen, then it's 3 years. Out of the 5 years, you have to be physically living in the United States for 2.5 out of the 5. If you're married to an American citizen, you have to be living in the United States for 1.5 out of the 3. Now, that doesn't have to be consecutive. It's cumulative, 3 months out, 6 months in, 9 months out, 4 months in. If you're ever out of the United States more than 1 year since you became a permanent resident, it breaks the counting for citizenship. So we're always talking about from the day you file for citizenship, we look back 5 years, if it's a 5-year case, and if you're married to an American, we look back 3 years, and we want to see in the 5 years where you physically here for 2.5 out of the 5, or if in 3 years where you here for 1.5 years out of the 5. Also, if you're out of the United States more than 1 year straight, it breaks the counting for the 5 years, or it breaks the counting for the 3 years. In fact, if you're out of the United States more than 6 months, that could be a problem in your naturalization case, because there's a presumption that if you're out of the United States more than 6 months, there's a presumption that you abandon your residence, and there are some ways of rebutting the presumption and showing that you didn't abandon your residence. But best, if you can help it, not to be outside the United States more than 6 months at any time until you become a U.S. citizen. Now, citizenship is taking about 6 months or less until they call you for interview. At the interview, the government wants to see that you can read and write and speak a little bit of English, so they will ask you to write a few sentences. They will ask you to read a few sentences, and they will ask you 10 questions from a list of 100 questions. I can give you all the questions and all the answers, but you have to answer 7 out of 10 correctly. If you don't get 7 out of 10 correctly, they'll call you back once more and give you a second chance. Now, this brochure explains most of what we're talking about. It's called General Requirements and Procedures for Naturalization. If you'd like a copy of the brochure, contact me at the address shown on the screen by phone or by email. So, citizenship is a very valuable thing to have. As a U.S. citizen, you get an American passport. You can then file for your husband, for your wife, for your brothers, your sisters, for your mother, your father. You can vote in American elections. There are a lot of really good advantages, and we in the United States allows dual citizenship. So if your country allows it also, you'll wind up having 2 passports, your passport and the passport for your own country. So becoming a U.S. citizen is a very valuable thing. I think a lot of it will be explained in my brochure. Again, this is the brochure, and it's available for those who are interested in seeing it. I think it's a good idea to do it for more detailed questions, because some people should not file for citizenship. Some people who have certain criminal convictions should never file for citizenship. Some people get in trouble when they file for citizenship because immigration discovers things in your record that could prevent you from even keeping your green card. So thank you for listening. Contact me for further information. Bye.